right back out here. I don't know if the first portion of this video was going to be too long or not. So this might be the following week's video. If so, welcome back. We're going out and hit some locations out here on the other side of Sparks Lake. If there's a continuance, we are back out this evening and go check out these areas we marked to hopefully get some photos up here, not too far. Nice paved trail. After a while, it'll turn into dirt, but really nice walk through here. Goes right along, a lot of it's right along the edge of the lake. Awesome views. And right up here, see if we can grab our first shot. Still got about 3.5, 4-ish hours until actual sunset. But instead of being partly cloudy, it's getting a little bit more cloudy. I think it won't be total cloud coverage, but we'll be pushing it towards the end. But definitely a lot more clouds than there were this morning, but I'm liking it so far. So let's check out this first spot. Alright, so we're here at the first location. Wasn't actually the first one I was going to stop at. I was actually going to go to the furthest one and try to grab this one on the way back. But here we got enough time, enough cloud coverage that I think we can get a decent image. Was going to start up there because there were some flowers that I was going to shoot low, get those in, and kind of get the mountains. Just wasn't working. So come down here, got this nice pile of lava rocks for foreground interest. And just did a panorama, started over, you might be able to see it on there, but these pine trees that poke out, got some of those in there, and then the mountain, turn all the way to the left, and you got the water, then you got this big like green island area with trees growing on it. Do like the sky so far this evening, got nice definition, cloud definition. I'm not going to take too much time around here, so got over a quarter mile to walk until that further one. We'll check out our second one that we have found, but we'll see when we get there, because I definitely want to photograph from the furthest location. So I'm gonna pack all this stuff up, enjoy that photo. We're gonna head to our next spot. As your light, I'm going to take one more, zooming in 79, 80, getting that mountain tire in the frame, no foreground here. Got just some of that green island here in the water, the trees, and the mountains kind of in the upper left part of the frame. Really liking it, and could not get that filter ring off. So I'm having to hold the polarizer in front of the lens, old school wise. So we're shooting f11. The other one I shot at ISO 400, forgot to change it because I was using the ISO 400 for those flowers because it's windy and trying to freeze motion if I would have used that shot. Just forgot to put it back on 100. ISO 100, we're at f11. We'll focus on those trees at the end sticking out. All right, just like that. We'll see how that turns out. Now we're head on our way. We have a small dilemma. I stopped to fly the drone and get some footage and got around some pine trees, and it has obstacle avoidance. It stopped. I was trying to get it out of there, and I think a big gust of wind came and knocked into a tree. Camera's still working. It's right down here. Showing right down there. All right, well, let's go find out. We found it. She's upside down. falling. She took a tumble. I watched you falling through the branches all the way, and she looks okay. She's folded up. Camera still works. Lost my polarizer though. I'll search, but there she is. That's how she landed. Got a stick in it. So let's see if I can find that polarizer. There's a orange polarizer right on the front, with a polarizer in orange. You know, the metal around it was orange. So, all right, let's figure this out. Okay. No polarizer. I'm just happy it didn't get stuck in those branches on the way down because I never got it back. Let's see if she flies. All right, we'll see if she flies. Turns on. Avoid that tree. She didn't want to avoid the big trees. So, all right. Going back. All right. She works still. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't get stuck up in that tree up there. But just a couple scratches and blemishes. The camera lens is good to go. No cracks, no scrapes. So we were right next to a spot I was thinking about photographing, but the sun's just not right, I don't think. 6 o'clock. So we're going to head to the furthest point. And hope we can get a couple photos out there. So, all right. We're good to go. We'll see you guys out there. All right, so this is the spot that I was going for after getting up here, because yesterday was like middle of the day. I really only see like one shot. I snapped a shot, I took one already, but I'm thinking actually I'm gonna head a little bit back to where we came, where this point sticks out, and hopefully over there should be able to get a nice view of South Sister and Broken Top, because I don't got a good view of Broken Top from here. So, and we're getting really thick clouds over top of Broken Top. So we're gonna climb back down this and then go to that other point out there ahead of me. So we'll see you down there. All right, walking our way to that point I was talking about, stumbled upon, just kind of caught my attention. You got this bush growing out of this big rock, and then you got this gnarly looking pine tree that's also growing out of the rocks. We're out there in the water, and the way that trunk and roots are just growing all through that rock. So I took one already, just handheld. We'll see how it comes out. Shot it vertical. Got the this bush on the rock in the bottom left, and then the big gnarly pine tree. I think I'm gonna walk up closer. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit tighter on these, all the roots and stuff growing through the rock. So I'll run up there real quick. One sec. All right, so went ahead, zoomed in right on the root ball down at the bottom, and went ahead and got low, shot another vertical up at the tree. I don't know, we'll see how those come out. I just thought it looked cool, caught my attention as we were walking through. It's just a cool area to walk through. Again, whether you come away with anything or not, it's just an awesome area to hang out. So, all right, let's carry on. Sun's starting to go down, so find a spot. Harvey, come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Oh boy. Good boy. Come on. The mountain dog. All right, I think I'm gonna move one more time. We've got some time, I think. I'm just have to go back down across this water where we crossed down there and walk through the woods, because right down there, it's not too far where I crashed my drone, and I can shoot down that waterway and photograph Broken Top from down there. Just not feeling it from up here. It's just, to me, it's just too much, way too much open water. Can't really get these rocks for a decent foreground and still get the mountains kind of prominent in the frame. So let's rush down there and see if we can't pull something out. All right, let's get down there. All right, walking down, we're not too far from that spot I'm heading to, but just walking, you got this like almost perfect square cutout in this rock, and it's framing up that South Sister mountain. So I think I'm just gonna hand hold a shot, see what we can come up with. That just looks cool. It almost looks like an old castle wall, fortress or whatever, and just overlooking the landscape right through that that wall. Might have to use a tripod and take an image for the mountain and sky and also the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that so I can take 2 or 3 images. That way I can blend them in Lightroom and Photoshop. I took a couple different framed up shots. One, zoomed out a little bit more, get more of that wall, and the mountain's a little bit smaller through the frame, and then zoomed way tighter and just got a nice outline of that wall rock formation with that mountain a lot bigger in the frame. So I think that's going to come out pretty cool. That's what's fun about just wandering around. You don't know what you're really going after, you just stumble upon things. That's what I like to do. So, all right, I'm gonna get down there and get up on our spot and see if we can't come up with something else. All right, so we made it down here. Not the exact spot. Didn't have an exact spot yesterday, but got broken top right there. I stopped here because all this that we're walking on is just all lava rock. And right here in the foregrounds, you got this big one here that's closer to the foreground. Then we got these big ones right here, like the water going in between those two, and then it just weaves out into the lake. Got all those pines, and you got this big rock wall here on the left. Let's just show you real quick. Yeah, right up here. That'd be on the left side of the frame, and then obviously broken top. And I don't know what that mountain peak, or yeah, I don't know the name of that mountain, so I'll throw it up here. And we're still hand holding the polarizer, so I do want to get rid of reflections in this water. I was kind of waiting on that sun, but it seems like clouds going in front. I was kind of hoping a little bit of light would peek over this wall that we're behind, and maybe just put a little bit of light on these foreground rocks. Either way, it's going to work. Nice sky. Got some definition in the clouds, as you can see up here. Got these bunch of random little puffy ones, and so got texture. Let's get to shooting. Enough talking. Let's get shooting. Let's get the shot. And see if we can't come up with some other shots. All right, we went ahead and walked back up top on the trail here. We were just down there is where we took that last image. Wasn't really finding anything else down there. So we came back up this trail, came up on this wall side, where you want to call it, little cliffs. And the thing I want to do for my last shot, it's going to be a panorama. And I'm going to start it with this wall right here, right side the frame, pan around, get some of this in the foregrounds, and then also this out here being on the left side of the frame with South Sister, broken top. I'm somewhat framed up. I'll go ahead and finish getting framed up before that sun completely goes away. So we'll be right back with you. Water's pretty reflective. I don't think the polarizer will do anything with this water here. Nah, so we'll just leave it as is. So I'm gonna have to expose to the rocks, and that'll also cover background. So I should be able to just have to do rocks and the sky / mountain. So that first one I took was 1/10 of a second, f11, ISO 100. So we're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna go ahead and shoot at 1/30th of a second. So all the way across, we'll take one at 1/10 and then one at 1/30th. right, I don't know if that's gonna be the last image or not for the evening. It's just getting to right at golden hour. So we got some pretty nice clouds in the sky. Just seeing if once that sun really goes down, if we get any type of color in the sky, because the mountains they're kind of dull right now. Not really any like light on them. So we're just kind of killing time, wait and see what happens. But while we wait, I think today turned out to be a pretty decent day. This morning it started out really rocky, and but I think I'm really happy with the shots we did get this morning. I really need to start trying to get out more in the morning times. I think the morning sunrise light, me personally, I think is a lot nicer. It's a whole different feeling than the evening. I just have troubles getting up in the morning. It's really hard for me to get up and get going. But when I do, it's so worth it. This evening, didn't get the exact shots I was looking for. I think we still came out with some decent shots. But all in all, I had a great time. We are definitely be coming back to this lake in the future. Like to come in the summertime when it's warmer. We can go out, go camping, hike around this. And definitely already looking at some sort of inflatable kayak, because if you had any type of boat, you can just cut straight across the lake. It takes so long to hike all the way around this. You get access so much more. Now I've ran into those situations plenty out on the road, up in the mountains, all those mountain lakes, and it's just, if only you had a boat of some sort, just you could access so much. So that's in the works. Hopefully some point down in the future. We're heading to Bend, Oregon tomorrow. Got to take Harvey to the vet. I don't know if I sent anything back in, would have been February when I was in Nevada or at Lake Mead. He had an episode that I thought maybe he had a seizure. I don't know. He was just doing weird stuff. Took him to the vet there, tested normal for everything on his blood work. And then just a couple days ago here, the last couple days, he's had like 2 or 3 more of the same type of episodes. So I got an appointment tomorrow in Bend, Oregon at 2:30. So get in there. I talked to my vet back home in Pennsylvania. They pretty much just said try to get him tested for tick-borne diseases, because he had Lyme disease like 3 or 4 years ago. So in that last test in Nevada they didn't test for any tick-borne diseases. We're just running the gauntlet and testing for everything and figure out what's going on. But we'll take care of him. He's doing good. The weird thing, he only does it in the camper when we're out and about. I haven't seen him do it at all. We'll get him taken care of. Wish him luck. I mean, time you guys see this, he'll already be in the vet and back. So I'll update you next week. Next week. I'm going to stop talking. Let's enjoy the scenery and see what happens. I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I think color might happen. I might regret it, but when we left earlier today, it was 75 degrees. You probably noticed I got shorts on and short sleeve shirt. Winds picked up. Temperatures dropped a lot. It's probably in the low 60s, mid 50s right now. We're just gonna make our way, but awesome day. I'm happy with the day. Finally got out, did some landscapes after. I mean, I still love doing the wildlife and bird photography, but this is really what I'm all about. Definitely be coming back here in the future, hopefully with a boat of some sort. And if you guys are ever in the Sisters area, definitely check it out. Sparks Lake near Sisters, Oregon. Will not be disappointed. Bring a boat and don't plan on swimming unless you are into ice baths. But all right, with all that, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.